Welcome to the Morning Spike. We are in the offseason, the 2022 offseason. See, we got some big moves that happen, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to get ready for because free agency opens up
Tampering period starts tomorrow.
tomorrow, right?
Tampering.
So we're going to get ready for that. And but my name is Tim Kramer with Brian from Penn and Grizzly and Martin from Dynasty Pylon. And we are here to talk football. So yeah, man, what is up? I know everyone's a little groggy today. Daylight savings screwed everything. Everyone sleep up except for Brian, I guess.
You know what happened? Honestly, I started watching TV. I binged like 3 shows.
Oh,
I finished 3 of them. I was like, I can't believe this.
I was up until about 1, and then I was just like sitting there, like, okay, yeah, no more.
No, I'm up earlier than the norm. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
What time is it over by you then? It's 8:30?
Yeah, 8:21 right now.
Yeah.
Damn. So typically, what your time we would have started because originally you guys started around 9 your time.
Nah, yeah, 9:30.
Our show. What time do we start our show? Your time?
Usually, before in normal 9:30.
Okay, so 9:30.
8:30 for you. 8:30
Okay.
for you. So now we're gonna start at 10 on Sundays to hopefully kind of give you at least a half an hour
rather than the 7th. Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I think that's what we did last off season.
We did something like that. I know that.
Yeah.
We adjusted by 30 minutes. Although next week you can't say the off season next anymore.
Barely say.
I think officially, I think the new season it would be starting next week. I think
starts Wednesday. I think
Wednesday.
Yeah. It's technically you can't say that no more. We wouldn't be in the off season. I mean, I think the typical person would be like, oh yeah, it's off season until the first week, but us football heads would be like, no, it's already started once the new schedule's out because OTA start. Obviously, the draft starts. You know, all these contracts, people going to new places. But yeah, and we'll be talking about people going to new places, new homes this episode, and what we think about it.
Yep.
Who do you want to start off with?
Don't forget about Matt Ryan changing his contract up. They saving some money in Atlanta.
Oh, thank God.
That means he's going to be there.
I don't look as long as he did something decent. All right. Matt Ryan's not Matt Ryan anymore, and that's probably because we don't have a line, we don't have weapons. You know, Matt Ryan is he's a low end type QB between 20 and 25, I would say.
Really? That low?
I think so. Because of what he hasn't done much. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at the rankings, but that's just my guess. I mean, it can't be out of 15 to 25 range.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's better than Baker Mayfield, which is probably like 18. So I mean, I'm gonna say
probably about the same. Well, yeah, like it doesn't say it can't be outside of 15 to 25.
Yeah,
it's got to be within those 10.
All right. Oh, so here's the ranking for let's see. This is ESPN's Mike Tannenbaum. He has Matt Ryan. Sorry, my mouse is acting up. At 18.
Okay.
Which is not too far from what you just said. So
yeah.
Pretty much right. It's middle of the pack. You know, anywhere between 16 and 20. That's somewhere where he is.
Yeah, and I think with that freeing up free agency or freeing up some cap for it's going to help him a lot because that team is just I don't know. I can't even I really can't say anything much about it besides that they are for rebuild mode and I just sit here and watch. I can't say anything anymore. I can't really brag about much except that Kyle Pitts had 1,000 yards. whoop-de-doo Basil. Like it's nothing great right now. It really isn't. And do I see them potentially going after receivers? Yes, that's probably number one on their books right now. But
That's what I
then
was
the
going to ask.
defense isn't that great either. And that
What
line
happened
isn't
to
that great either
Ridley's
because they've
contract?
been flopping. So it's like, what are you really gonna do at this point? Because you need pieces at every single spot and every position in that team. And they're just a bunch of guys out there with Matt Ryan, Pitts, and Patterson's pretty much done. Like if they don't draft a running back this season, I don't know. They got to stop hiring these washed up, banged up, used receivers. If I swear to God, if James Conner ends up there, I'm gonna be pissed.
What happens to Calvin Ridley's contract? So like
It
his money.
ends.
No,
It ends. So he's 27 now.
No. So my question is financially for the team.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Looks that's
I don't know. There's an appeal. I guess he could have done, or he should have done, or he still can. It's not. I think it's within these next couple days, or it's today. I don't know.
I think it's till
The thing is, so to when?
Wednesday.
Something like that. Yeah, it's not that big of a window. And do I disagree with what the NFL is doing? Yes. I mean, you got people who's punched their wives and like done some really bad stuff. Like look at the Watson stuff. Like and the whole season, I feel like maybe he should be suspended for a couple of weeks and then fined, and then I don't know. I just feel like the rules need to be fought and altered for certain things, and this is why they have this next period. The NFL after free agency, they have the period between free agency and the draft is where teams can submit rule changes. That's the time, and during that time we'll see this. I think that has to be that. I don't know. I feel like that's too much of a harsh punishment for something like that. I understand it's the rules.
Negotiated.
It does.
With DraftKings and all those companies now, I think that for the NFL to allow them in, they had to pre-negotiate. If someone does this, we're going to give them a year suspension. And I think Calvin really could go ahead and appeal. He'll get 8 games. But I think that he already told their partners, like, this is what we're going to do. This is the hardest fine because we can't have this mess up our game. And with the NFL, with anything, it's follow the money.
Yeah.
So if it costs them money, they'll take the whole year, no problem. Josh Gordon get caught with weed all the time, and whatever.
6 years.
And see, that's just ignorance, though. Like that's different, though.
You
like
murder someone in the vehicle, and they get like 4 games. I
don't know. And the thing is, it's really weird. I feel like that's something that shouldn't be a whole season because let's think about this man's career. He's not going to play until he's like almost 29. And look, things that I've noticed is when you're on the back end of your 20s, like you don't perform as well as you used to be. And he just had his breakout season 2 years ago because last season don't count. Okay, the last time he played, he had his breakout season. Everybody's holy shit, this guy's good. Then he played his 5 games. Now he's going to be suspended another game. That contract's going to end. Then he has to fight to get reinstated. Who knows if he actually will? Probably more than likely will. So by the time he's fully done playing, he's going to be almost 29, 30 years old, and he's going to be a lot slower than he used to be. And he's going to be just another guy again. The Ridley era of him being good
Josh Gordon
is done.
That's just what it is. It's the same thing that happened to Josh Gordon. His career can be ended by stupid rules. I don't know. Let's see what James said. I get he shouldn't have gambled, but they literally let those accused of worse play. People have killed people and then come back after 6 games. I mean,
it's crazy.
Video, 2 games. What?
Yeah.
But once again, with the NFL, I'm telling you, it's follow the money. It has nothing to do with what makes logical sense, what punishments should be happening. It's all about Where's the money? This is going to cost the NFL money. Then they're going to suspend you.
Yep.
Wasn't there it was one of the assistant coaches or something, I believe, of the Chiefs last year when they were in the Super Bowl, that like the week leading up to the Super Bowl, like they hit somebody like with their car. I could be wrong with who it was, but it was somebody affiliated with the team, and yeah, right, and it just got like oh, it's okay, yeah, you know,
Didn't get suspended, didn't get nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, rules suck with some of them. But I mean, since we're kind of on the topic a little bit, Deshaun Watson now is basically, I don't want to say free man because he is free, you know, but you know, I mean, you know, it's I mean, he's definitely gonna be a free guy to shop around for, but it's because his situation was so shitty, you know, because there was a lot of accusations, and now finally he got cleared of it, you know, by the court.
Criminal.
So
yeah, he still
criminally
has
cleared.
all those cases again. It's gonna be, you know, he's gonna have to settle. I mean, he's gonna have to do something, but criminally he doesn't. You don't have to worry about him going to jail, him going to be on trial or any of that stuff. But I think that's what Adam Schefter was getting in trouble for, saying that he definitely didn't do it. Not about him definitely not doing it. He's not criminally responsible for it.
Yeah. There you go. First degree murder, and I had 2 hours suspension. Gambling is like life. Yeah. Yeah. And then he said, Jimmy said, wonder if Deshaun shouted the same thing Jesse did. I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, I mean, is he gonna still miss some games this season because of this? You know,
6 games. 6 games. Deshaun's gonna get this. They're going
is that stamped up and good? Is that official? Or
they're saying 8 games, and then he's going to appeal, and it's going to go down to 6 games, and that's what you probably will get.
Yeah, that's the unofficial.
And still make top 5 QB.
Yes,
you know, I mean, where do you think he's gonna go?
I don't know.
So we talk about that,
topic, man.
Yeah. I mean, because he is gonna play this year for sure, 100%. He is going to play this year.
Yep.
It's either gonna be, you know, half or about half of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do they still have to trade for him though? Is he still under contract?
Yes.
Okay. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, come on, Mouse.
I got it.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing he's leading the QB candidates in Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. I did hear that too.
They're actually, those are the 3rd and 4th. Carolina's going to load up. The entire NFC South is going to load up to get Deshaun Watson.
We're gonna because there's no QBs there.
Carolina, the entire NFC South there. They're all. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta throw something in there. They were like, look, we throw a hat in there.
You know who the best QB in that division is?
Minnesota really could use him too, honestly. Pittsburgh said that their GM said that he does not necessarily fit their system anymore. And that's what was released last night. In Tampa Bay, I know they would give everybody anything.
Yeah, right. So NFC South, the best QB
is Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan easily.
That's the best QB there. It's so crazy. I'm like, God damn.
So, real quick, I saw a funny meme about Watson and QB, or Watson going to Pittsburgh. That Pittsburgh doesn't want him anymore because he's not accused. Like he's free of charges anymore. They're like, oh, he doesn't have enough allegations for us to hire him as a QB.
That's Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Which is, in my opinion, way worse. Both bad, but that's way worse.
I forgot about that.
No, Ben Roethlisberger is horrible. Yeah,
and everyone loves him.
Yeah,
right? Big Ben.
But yeah, Ben Roethlisberger is a terrible person.
Yeah. So Deshaun Watson is definitely gonna be something that probably is gonna happen in the next by the end of the month.
Weeks.
I'm calling it by the end of the month.
Schefter said this. He thinks 2 weeks before the draft is going to happen. So he says next 2 or 3 weeks, Deshaun is going to get traded.
Yeah.
And that he said that the draft capital. I mean, the compensation is going to be lower. You know, where they're asked for 6 players. You know, they want picks and players. You know, like 3 first rounds, the second round, and 2 players. They say after these trades that we got this week, that compensation is going to be less.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if it's only 2 first rounders, a second rounder, and a player, which then puts Carolina possibly in there. You know, put up Christian McCaffrey, 2 first rounds and a second rounder.
Christian McCaffrey's gonna be a Houston Texan. I swear.
That's where they all go to die.
And you know what? He's already dead.
Yeah.
In the dynasty community, he's kind of already second round in a startup. He's second round. It's crazy. But then was it Jimmy Mills? QB, right? Is it Jimmy? I don't know. I call him General Mills.
David Mills?
David. I keep calling him General Mills, like the old Mills. So, you know, his draft capital got rose up so high. Yeah. Like at least it's crazy that people are taking him as like their young QB in dynasty drafts. I'm like, this is really happening. He did okay.
He did fine to let those final 5 games. He did okay. I mean, he actually outplayed Tyrod Taylor. I mean, I understand why people like David Mills, but I don't know if he's their future. But he can go play now.
He's a filler until you get the guy you need. And then real quick, so I'm looking at an article that I just typed in because I was going to pull up. It's me. There you go. He pulls off the mask. How is the QB? So real quick, I'm looking at this article that I just found. It says Browns QB Baker Mayfield is being pursued by a NFC South contender.
Yes,
and they're talking about
Baker Mayfield.
The Bucks.
Yes.
How crazy of a world where Amari Cooper, everyone's making fun of him. There's all the memes, all the funny things of him going to Cleveland, and like how Baker's going to ruin another wide receiver, and then Baker leaves, and then Watson goes to Cleveland. I mean, it's a stretch, but can you imagine? I bet you Amari Cooper would like be doing backflips all day. And then Jimmy. And it's like, I was like, there you go. You gotta.
I get it why people were hating on Baker, but I know Brian's gonna agree with me on this. But people forget that dude was banged up every week. He was hurt the entire season, and people forget. Like they just look at the performance, but they don't realize that you go out there with banged up knee or whatever ankle it was, and your shoulder and your arm or whatnot,
separated shoulder, and threw the ball,
and go out there and play against 300-pound people flying at you, and like, look, it's difficult. It's really difficult.
Yeah,
he's tough.
I really hope he heals.
I think he's about the same.
Did you hear about Kirk Cousins? That they're talking about the Colts trying
Washington?
To get the Colts.
Or not? Yeah, my bad.
The Colts?
I
Kirk Cousins,
triangled that with the Colts Wentz move. Yeah, but yeah.
The Colts want Kirk Cousins. They said because he's like a $40 million cap hit. So Minnesota got to get rid of him.
Damn. Who the hell's paying that much for Kirk Cousins? Jesus Christ.
The Colts they have no other options. They can get him. They can extend his contract. They won't get the cap hit this year. They'll worry about it next year. They extend them.
Yeah,
because there's only one more year on his contract.
We suck because what's his face just got there? Who used to work? The coach. Him and the coach I can't remember his name, but they used to be in Washington together.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why they said it's a perfect connection.
Yeah.
Coordinators.
I remember his name right now.
Yeah,
freaking early.
That's too early for this.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee, so I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
All right. But he wouldn't be too bad.
No, I think Baker Mayfield going there would be interesting. I mean, Baker Mayfield going to
he needs a good O-line because you see what he does with a good O-line. 2 seasons ago, he was great, like really great, but
Who's better than Tampa Bay right now? Offensive line, Cleveland probably, but he's leaving there.
Yeah.
But if you give him time and give him weapons, I think Baker could do what Tom Brady was doing. Honestly, people would be really surprised. Not saying he's as good as Tom Brady, no, but I'm saying he has attributes that are similar to that, and he could do those type of things.
Yeah,
I think Tampa Bay will be good with that. Jimmy, you should be happy to get Baker Mayfield than get Jimmy G.
Oh my god, yeah. Like the one thing, like I like, obviously I like. As you say, Tampa's about to lose a key piece in their line. Yeah,
yeah.
But I think they'll still be a solid line. But also it's like once you have a team like that, you can maybe lose. I know it's a key piece, but if you can lose a piece and still work around it, you might lose a little bit of the effectiveness of the line, but it's still gonna be a good line. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield, like play wise, are about the same.
Yep.
You pay so much for Tom Brady's brain. You know what I mean? Like his decision making and stuff like that. Like that's where Tom Brady's the $1 billion quarterback.
But his competitiveness is just like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is competitive. He has a strong arm. Jimmy G like asking, do I want to get shot or fall? Well, I mean, which one do you want? Because that's what's going to happen. That's all you got.
That's interesting. That should be a whole show. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's all 30 stories. Or just get shot in the shoulder. Which one?
Yeah. Oh, here, since Martin's gone, we'll talk about the Bears a little bit. Well, he's gone. So I thought it was funny. I saw something somewhere where it said like, oh, we were asking to fire everybody, and then Poles comes in and fires and gets rid of everybody. It was like, damn, dude. So I mean, it changed up the space where I sent an article last night where the Bears are the 6th ranked team with the biggest cap space now because of the moves he made. So, like it or not, I mean, which I know a lot of people are like, I know Martin's gonna probably complain, but in Chicago, everyone complains about everything. It's like we can win the Super Bowl and then we'll still get like, yeah, but we only won by 3, be something stupid like that, like in Chicago. So it was like a necessary thing that we need. Like Mac needed to be gone because he was a lot of money. Goldman needed to be gone because he was a lot of money.
Like 2 more minutes.
We decided to do the Bears talk while you went to go get coffee. But Mac, what do you think about Mac? Is gone now.
So
good for him.
Is a charge.
Good for him.
It hurt me. It really did hurt me. I mean, I went to my jersey. I looked at it. I cried a little bit, just a little bit. Then I realized you have to get rid. I mean, he's probably going to have. I'm going to guess next year, Mac's going to have 16 sacks, being opposite of Joey Bosa. I'm telling you, he is going to blow up. His numbers next year are going to be great. Think about it, he had 5 sacks in 6 games for the Bears right last year. He was doing great until he got hurt. I'm telling you that he opposite a great player like Joey Bosa too. When he might not be the focal point, not getting triple teamed every time. He's going to blow up. It's going to be serious there, and you need him, especially in that division.
Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. Bid have mercy on Mahomes and Wilson.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, Mahomes is having a bad offseason already.
His division got unbelievable.
Yeah.
No one,
he's got to deal with Russell. He's got to deal with Mac.
Yep. And Aaron Rodgers had the best week ever. Like he's like, so I got all my money. I got my receiver, and I get rid of Khalil Mack all the same week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although 16 sacks is
I'm telling you. I will actually
realistically give me a realistic number.
One a game
next season. Let's do this for a spike bet right here. I will do that for the first spike bet for next year. Khalil Mack gets 16 sacks next
He's
year.
not getting 16 sacks.
16 sacks. I'm putting it
What's
right
the record? What's the sack record?
They just had 21 this year. People, Robert Quinn had 17 and a half this year. I'm telling you, Khalil Mack, write it down, 16 sacks next year.
Okay. He's not getting 16, but okay.
If he stays healthy.
That's not the bet. The bet is if he gets 16. And you ain't talking about no damn health or anything.
16 or over, okay.
It's not going to be 16 because it's going to be 16.
Like 17. Like, what, Brian? You were wrong.
He's going to get 15. I'm like,
oh, man, that would suck.
Hey, look. His
like 15 and a half.
His rookie year, he got 15. That was the highest he's gone. So that was with the Raiders.
And he's never had someone on the opposite side like Joey Bosa. How many sacks does Joey Bosa have last year?
I don't know. I can look that up right now, but I don't know. Like he's not gonna get 16. But I'll definitely put you on that spike bet. He can get 10.
Bosa had 10 and a half.
Easy getting 10, but Bosa got 10.
Joey Bosa had 10 and a half, being hurt last year.
I'm trying to think of
now having someone on the other side doing that. I'm telling you, and this is a QB happy league that they're going to be throwing the ball all over the place. Khalil Mack cannot be blocked by one man. He cannot. This is going to be a very interesting time. So
he's also about to turn 32. So I don't know. So he's 31 now.
Yeah.
So he's only in the
he just turned 31.
Yeah, you're right. So we'll see. But I'll take you on that bet. I'll take you on that spike bet.
That one,
I thought we already had. Don't we already have a draft one? I predicted you and I might end up having a draft one, right?
I think we'll end up having one, but close to my heart, Khalil Mack. I'm telling you, this is gonna.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if he plays,
I like the guy. I ain't gonna say he's a bad player. He's gonna do great, but I just think he's gonna get 16.
I almost want to say that he's going to be he'll be a top 5 defensive player next year. That's how much I feel like this trade is going to help him.
God damn.
Yeah.
This man is on something.
Yeah, because if he gets 16, that's competing for defensive player of the year. You know,
he plays the run probably better than he even plays the pass. Honestly, he's amazing at playing the run. So
I agree. 16 is a lot, but he has a good chance to go with it this year if he stays healthy. If he misses one single game, he's not getting that number. And I don't know if he can play a full season with his age and everything. I get it, but
use Khalil Mack the right way. You let him do 70% of your set snaps. That's 70% of your snaps. You have a 17-game season. He can do those things, especially you have someone on the opposite end that has to be double teamed. Joey Bosa has to be double teamed. So now you can't triple team Khalil Mack, because that's what teams were doing against the Bears. They were triple teaming him and chipping with a running back.
But now the Chargers are going to have a crazy defense. 16 sacks or not, are they for sure making it to the playoffs next year? Now it looks like everyone on offense is staying put for the most part.
Bailey is not stupid. I don't know. If he's not being stupid, they'll make it, but he has to stop being stupid. Learn how to win the call timeouts. know that stuff. I mean,
they'll make playoffs. I think they will.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard, but because the Broncos were last season this time were one QB away. Well, they got that QB, so that's going to be an interesting division.
It is. I think the Broncos still need a tight end now. They need a tight end.
But it don't matter because by the time they get to the playoffs, freaking Josh Allen going to knock them all out. So it don't even matter. I don't care.
That man, he's going to be so angry.
Oh, God.
Did you guys? All right. Did you guys watch the awards where Michael came up to him? He goes, "What do you think?" He goes, and he asked him. He goes, "I think that it was like a joke or something. It was like a meme or something. Like towards the end, as Michael Peel came up to him, I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube or something like that. And Josh Allen goes, I think that everybody should have a fair chance, or to have. Did you see that? You know what I'm talking about? I can't even. Oh my god, that was hilarious. But yeah, he's angry about it, and he's coming with vengeance, man.
Dude, I think about that. They have so many quarterbacks in the AFC. It is stupid. It is literally, stupid.
Poor NFC.
I don't know. I mean, with Russell Wilson being traded to Denver, that division is stupid. When Derek Carr is your worst quarterback in your division, and Derek Carr is a top 12 quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's the worst one in the division.
And that's not even saying that's bad, because I don't even mind Derek Carr. Derek Carr is okay. I like Derek Carr.
Yeah. I found the clip real quick. Pull it up.
This is so much fun. A show like this, you just want it to go on and on and on and on and on. Am I right, Josh Allen?
Or you just end it in a way that makes sense, is fair, and gives everyone an equal opportunity to win.
Interesting. I feel like you're not talking about the show. But please welcome.
That's funny.
That one right there.
I did not see that. That's funny.
Oh my god, I was laughing about it so hard.
I like when you're able to kind of poke fun, because if anybody should be pissed, it should definitely be Josh Allen. Because who was the dickhead tight end that got all butthurt about
Kelsey.
Mike? Yeah, Kelsey got all about him wearing clothes that it was like, and he got so butthurt. And then meanwhile, Allen lost the game, and he still making at the end of the AFC Championship game, and he's making fun of it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
He's such a cool dude, man.
It is. That was funny. I did not see that.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta go back to what Jimmy said. He's right. Mahomes has had a terrible week. I mean, got married yesterday. That's pretty bad too. I mean, and he got Russell Wilson and back coming to his division.
Although he put them in check though. He really did. I don't know if you heard about that. Though. He put them in check, and he no longer wants them to go to the stadium during game days.
Probably part of the prenup.
Right? It's in the contract.
So,
I mean, one thing is telling your brother, like, hey, shut the F up. And he's leaving Kansas City. I think he's going to LA to be a YouTuber, TikToker guy. But one thing is tell your wife, like, hey, shut up and go sit over there. In fact, don't even come to the games anymore. I was like, yeah.
That doesn't really work. You got the way that conversation went was like, so babe, don't you think it might be a good idea, possibly, maybe, if you don't come to the games, maybe, possibly?
I don't think it went that way. I feel like he was stern about it, because for the media for it to get out like that, I feel like he sat their asses both down and told them, because his brother probably put it out there somewhere. I don't know. I just feel like
you married. Come on, you don't put your foot down so hard.
Also, they've been together since high school. Like through college into the NFL. I was like, I don't know.
I'm about that married life. I know there's only certain things like I could say this, and the decision is final, but the decision is not final until she agrees. So,
yeah. My thing is it should have happened in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? Like it went on for too long for the whole craziness. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't see that marriage ending well. Also, there's a whole stupid rumors of the mob stuff where her family owes the mob money, and yeah, I mean that's a crazy theory on why he lost the championship game. Or not yeah.
How that was at halftime. He just flipped the switch. They came out looked like what's that movie with Keanu Reeves when he was the quarterback and the kicker owed the bomb money, and all of a sudden he just started missing stuff. That's how it looked like. He just came in and said, "Oh, I'm just missing that throw. Oh no."
They got front row seats looking at him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Jimmy, I want to go. Imagine having a brother and a wife who are toxic. I was like, yeah. And then tag team. It's like you always see them together, like doing stupid shit together. I was like, I got to deal with both of you.
Yeah.
Come on. So,
We should do talk about the other moves too. We got the Cowboys. That Cooper trade is good. You know, that's what do you grade it? What do you think?
I don't know. If Baker stays, great. If not, then I don't know. Because you know, it was a move that the Cowboys did in order to, you know, I don't know,
Save money. That's basically it.
Basically.
Yeah, that's all.
And they got something out of it rather than just letting them go.
Yep.
So good for them, but I don't really think they cared who the hell they sent them to be honest. Like, oh yeah, we'll take first offer. What was it 6th and a 5th or something like that?
They flipped. It was Cooper and a 6th for their 5th and 6th. So they basically flipped a 6th pick and they got a 5th.
So they just moved up in the draft. That's okay.
They moved up, yeah. They moved up in the 6th round and then they got a 5th.
Okay, I guess. Whatever. Nothing great.
About the Cowboys is that, I mean, they were going to do what they were going to do regardless. But I mean, I guess you lose another person, another wide receiver on the free agency market because, you know, they're going to sign, what's his name? Not Wilson, but who's the one that hurt his Gallup? They're re-signing Gallup.
Oh, Gallup.
Yeah, so there's another person off the free agent market, you know, another receiver gone. But for the Browns, I think that means they're releasing Jarvis Landry, straight up releasing him. So that means a lot too, and especially because for me, the Bears are always looking for number one receiver. So of course, the first thing I'm thinking about is, can we get that guy? Jarvis Landry is a guy that I will want to go get. You know, so I think that matters more to me. 5th, 6th round, I don't care. Amari Cooper, I think he's actually done. I actually don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be hurt all the time. Even if he plays, he's tough. He's just like Baker Mayfield, but he can't produce. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard season in 2 years. I think he's on the wrong side of that age you always talk about. You know, I think he's done.
Yeah, I agree.
He was also on a team like with a bunch of other receivers. There was a lot of mouths to feed on Cowboys. So
yeah, but with him, he'll have like one good season left, and then after that, he'll probably decline after that. That's just what I'm thinking.
Well, I keep talking. There's a thing I'm gonna send the group so I can show. I can show it on here because I saw this yesterday and his shit was hilarious with Jerry Jones picking the people he want to keep.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Also, but the Cowboys told Collins that he can look for a trade. So Collins, the right tackle for the Cowboys, could be gone too.
That's
so stupid.
I saw that late last night and I cracked up.
Oh my goodness. No.
Oh my God.
That was a good one.
That's so accurate though.
I think Jerry Jones's face, like the way they got it with the finger on the mouth like that.
What gets me is how banged up the injured person is, and Zeke in the same shoes,
right leg in the calf.
Just all happy as hell. Oh my God. That is funny.
Yeah. So I saw that. It was one of those things I saw at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I really want to send it to everybody, but I don't want to wake everybody up.
That is so
we got Go Pack Go. Ugh.
Yeah, I hate everything about
Lance.
the Kings, but they had a
Hey.
really good offseason already, so I'm not too mad. Hopefully, they have
Yeah.
to lose some more parts to their defense. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know you guys didn't talk about it too much, but since we are kind of talking about money and stuff like that, like they're broke. They got no more money left. Who else are they gonna buy?
No more. They have negative money.
They're
figure out like $75 million they have to take off the payroll. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. So they're gonna make playoffs because they're playing against the Bears, who don't have anybody, and whoever they get is gonna be new. Vikings, who are trying to get rid of one of their best players, which is Kirk Cousins, which also says a lot, you know. And then you know, Lions that are just Lions. So you know, you're just gonna like, you know, sleep your way into the freaking playoffs. But
not to mention the rest of the NFC, they don't have any quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Go division, but if it's not for Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott, who else is there? Really, just go division to division.
In
I mean,
the
Kyler
NFC?
Murray?
Yeah, that was my first guess.
Kyler Murray.
I think it's Stafford.
He ain't leading nobody. Kyler Murray can't lead himself. So I mean, I'm not worried about Kyler. He figured out his own stuff. And you have Matthew Stafford.
Stafford's still around.
Matthew Stafford. Yeah, it's not. Everyone else is in the AFC.
Damn.
Everybody else is in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, there's legit like one good QB in this whole conference, and then the other four are okay. You know, so yeah. We got Jimmy. What will I will say that Amari Cooper is the reason Dak got the money. Before him, Dak had no 300-yard games. With him, he got, I think, 83. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but then CD Lamb came.
Yeah, and then they pushed away the old toy.
Become best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, The Rock, just subscribing. Yeah, so left a note. The Rock. Look at that. We got big celebrities on our channel now. Do you think the Chargers get JC Jackson?
I don't know.
That's a you guys.
Honestly, I think he'll end up dying in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think he'll die in Atlanta because I don't know. They're gonna scramble stuff over there to get some type of defense. And I'm not saying that just because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm just saying like the defense is what they need. They've been hurting on DBs the whole time. The Bears potentially can get them too. And again, this is nothing to do with us, like, which is hard to say because, and you know this, you two know this. I don't really speak about our teams enough. But the Jets probably need a corner, but I think they'll go with Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and honestly, I think that the New England should keep him, but we'll see what happens. Honestly, I don't know because if I'm trying to think on where he could potentially land, and where.
You say Atlanta,
because that's your number one right there. Yeah. Chicago. Like you guys have been hearing at that as
he's
well.
The one that so JC Jackson, I mean, to Chicago makes the most sense for us. But the Chargers, I mean, it makes sense. But I think the Chargers would go after someone like Steven Nelson, personally. You know, because it makes more sense. Cap hit, offer Steven Nelson a 2 or 3 year deal. You know, $15 to $18 million. Now you don't have to worry about because they had to absorb all that Khalil Mack money. So they need to get a good guy who's not going to cost as much money, and that's why I think that they might have to. I mean, I don't think Steven Nelson's not bad. He's not number one.
I think who could probably easily get him, is probably the Jaguars.
Oh yeah,
they are so freaking rich right now.
Yeah, they got so much money.
And they need to replace their first rounder that they traded last season. Henderson. They traded him to the Panthers.
Yep.
So I think you know if JC Jackson doesn't really care about, he's still young.
Money.
You know, if he's okay with like getting the money and going somewhere different and not worrying about his, you know, second contract about being wherever to try and get a Super Bowl, Maybe he believes in them. Like I said this before. The Jags are on a 5-year plan. If they find something there, maybe potentially he stays there. I don't know. But I think Jaguars can afford anybody and everyone they want if the player themselves think, okay, maybe money is what they're after.
No, I agree.
Yeah, right now PFT they released their top 100 free agents that avoided the cap.
Yeah.
Well, and he was number 2 until Devontae Adams was number 1 until he got franchise tagged, and JC Jackson is the number 1. He's going to be the number 1 free agent going into the draft or
over Armstead.
Yeah, Armstead was 4 until Orlando Brown was picked up. So the original top 5 was Devontae Adams, who got tagged, so he's off the list, and then Jackson, Orlando Brown, who got tagged by the Chiefs, Armstead, and then number 5 was Chris Godwin, and he got tagged.
Okay,
so
I was like,
so Von Miller is still available, Chandler Jones, so
Von
those
Miller,
guys are also there, but
he's going back to Denver. But I want to see where Armstead and Ryan Jensen go. That would be very interesting to me. I mean, the best center and best left tackle. That's going to some team is going to be great because of that. I hate Jensen when he was on Tampa Bay, but I'll love him on any other team, because he's nasty. You love those guys at center.
Yeah. Guys. And then Lance comes back, says the Packers have very little cap room, but if we can re-sign Campbell, the team is practically the same.
They need to do that.
But they need to
do that.
They need cap relief right now. They're over the cap. The Packers are over the cap, and that's why I'm like, I don't know how they're going to do this, because they're going to have to release some guys. They're going to be the new. They need Ryan Poles there to figure out how they could do that.
I'm telling you, that contract is going to get reconstructed real quick.
Ooh, you got $75 million? Was it 75 or 45?
I don't know, something stupid, but I know it's not going to stick.
I mean, for this year, you chose Aaron Rodgers over your team.
So,
which is not a bad decision.
When you have a diva like that.
Right now,
but
$28 million over the cap.
28 mil.
Yeah. And they have to get to about $20 million under the cap because you got all the draft.
Don't forget about Brady.
So they need to clear about $50 million off their cap. They have to clear about $50 million off their cap in order to be able to sign just their rookies from the draft.
Damn.
I'm just saying. That's how
that's a lot of money.
They have to come up with $50 million right now.
Yeah.
And they can't restructure someone when you franchise tag somebody, and they just restructured Aaron Rodgers. So they have to go figure out $50 million. And I think that means one of those Smith guys are going to be gone.
Yeah. Have to.
Yeah.
Amos, or I'm just saying, like, there has to be some money that you're going to have to. Bakhtiari is not going anywhere. That's Aaron Rodgers' best friend. And I don't know.
Oh, we got Hefe. I know we were just talking about the Chiefs about Mahomes' situation, but
what do you think?
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
No.
Barkley, I think you can get Barkley for a 3rd round pick. I think right now.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be there. It ain't gonna be there. But yeah.
What do you think if the Chargers draft Jordan Davis?
Okay. I'm gonna let you guys speak about that because
why don't you like Jordan Davis?
Go back to my show and we talk about Jordan Davis.
Yeah, there's some guys that you just don't like.
I don't like. Look,
I think Mark was saying it. How much he's like, oh, he hates him.
I don't look. Okay, look. There's a difference between a field, like on the field player, and then going out and playing the Olympics. Okay, look. I love the combine. This is my favorite time of the offseason.
The underwear Olympics, that's what it is.
Like it's them spandex and whatnot. Look, he was double teamed or whatever. Whatnot. Look, if you look at his clips, all of his plays are behind the line. Like, and I'm not saying on the QB, like on his defensive side, like the running back got past and he always gained some yards. Like there was nothing behind the line. Like let me talk about that. I'm saying it all wrong. You know what I mean.
Yeah, he doesn't make any plays behind the line. He's a guy that makes plays, he reacts to it. He's very big and he reacts, but he doesn't push the action.
He just looks like a big soft teddy bear. And then once the running back gets past the line, then he becomes what we saw at the 40 or at the combine. That 40 speed of pure bigness and madness and like goddamn. I'm like saying, like, is he a good athlete? Yeah, obviously he proved it. He showed it. I'm not saying that like when it comes to the football field, either he gets double teamed every single freaking time, but I see what I'm watching these games. Georgia had a really good defense, like really good defense. Like every single one of those guys were good. Like that defense was nasty.
That is what makes this pick with this question interesting. Because the Chargers, once again, just got Khalil Mack. So now, when you're talking about who are your rushers, I mean, you have some power coming on the edges, and if you have a guy in the middle that can at least hold it up and have to carry a double team, now you're talking about some problems. The team's gonna have problems figuring out what they do against them. So I mean that is a really good question, and he might be a good fit there because of Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. And he's not going to team where he has to be the guy who's going to, the star. But he's a guy that has to be double teamed. But you can't double teamed all the time. But you can't because you got Joey Bosa and you got Khalil Mack. So like, what?
There you go.
What it becomes a good question.
Then Bosa and Mack will not be double teamed.
No, and that's exactly because Jordan Davis would be getting all the attention.
Exactly, and that means you would
look like that big giant teddy bear.
You could be. That would be interesting. that would be a good place to go. But I think what you don't think he's worth the high pick.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I don't think he's worth a high pick. I think he's a day two.
I hear. Okay. I worry about that because I worry about his motor. I worry about his 1-2, so I definitely understand. But him as a freak athlete, that's a freak athlete. And you can't teach those things. You can't teach the size, the speed. You can't. And if he does get the motor, and he's on a team that demands a lot of him, he could be interesting. So don't sit there thinking he's not the best defensive tackle in the game. He just has the best numbers.
I'm trying to think of 2 years ago where I was just blown away by who's that fast lineman that the Jets drafted, the guard or tackle or whatever. Damn, what was his name?
The Jets drafted?
Yeah, and he was so quick. It was like a 4.4 or something, or not 4.4. Like, yeah, it was
4.6.
It was stupid fast for linemen, and that's what I saw. Like, it's the same scenario. I think he got hurt, but I can't remember his name. But like, look, these guys are the game is changing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, like we've said this multiple times. You don't see the big fat dude that we're used to back in the 90s. Like, you don't in the early 2000s. That's no longer a lineman. You got like silverbacks, like huge monsters that are just like the tallest ripped dudes that are just then considered a lineman. And it's crazy to see, when you see a 5'8", 5'9" running back go into the league, it's like you realize what you're going into. Like the trenches is not the same as it is in college. It really isn't. And it's scary to see these little running backs going. Like, I feel like running backs need to be at least 6 foot at minimum now. But
I don't know. Those are hard guys to tackle though. So like when you have
maybe
a guy that's 220, no, when he's 220 pounds, he's just one big muscle, and he get under you, and you lose leverage, and it hurts. I know people don't want to talk about this, but the reason running backs are running backs is because they're fast and they're aggressive and they're little bowling balls, and it's like, look, trying to hit a tree. Like it's not great. It's not fun all the time.
Mekhi Becton
deliver a punch.
Mekhi Becton. That's what I was thinking of.
Makai
Okay.
Becton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the 2020 draft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we got a couple more. And then Lance said Ladarius played one game last year.
So, but he once again, it's $28 million that you guys got to cut. You actually got to cut $48 million, but $28 million just to get under the cap, and then you have to do the rest before the draft. So I'm just saying, you can't restructure enough to get the. I guess you go to Bacchiari and see if you can restructure with him, save you a couple million there. Aaron Jones try to save, but Aaron Jones ain't making that much money. So I mean, it's not there. You know, there's nowhere to go. Honestly, you're probably gonna lose one of your receivers.
You're gonna have to cut some people.
Turning your squad into a car wash?
Oh,
Weird flex. Turning your squad into a carpool so you drive?
What is that?
Is that you?
we listen to commercials, car wash commercials.
But I think that the Packers have a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. And then real quick, going back to what Hefe said, Chiefs get Barkley and McCaffrey or McCaffrey. Yeah, I was gonna say or McCaffrey because I'm like, I don't know if you can get both. I don't know if
is going to the Texans because I think Deshaun's going to Carolina. But I see him going to Texas.
McCaffrey.
It's part of that trade package.
McCaffrey easy to Houston if that trade happens, because they were in the works of it last season. Last season they were talking about that potentially, Panthers giving up the farm for Watson. So easily. What in the world? What do you say now? Charles Barkley is playing for the Chiefs.
I mean, I was gonna say at that point, but also, but Saquon Barkley is doing pretty good. Like what I think both of you guys were saying last season. If he gets an O-line, he's gonna do pretty well. But is he too banged up now? Is he too injured where he's got?
See, I wish I knew
he's
you guys.
Todd Gurley 2.0.
I wish I knew you guys when he was coming out of the draft. I said Saquon Barkley is always getting hurt. Even in Penn State, he's always getting hurt. He's too big. His frame is too big for him. He's too muscular, too all that. He's not flexible enough. He's going to continuously get hurt. Saquon Barkley's always going to be that guy. I've been saying that since when he was drafted. Everyone was like, "Oh, we gotta get Saquon." I was like, "Man, I'm telling you, Saquon Barkley's not gonna make it. It's just he's too much. It's too much on his body. Some people just can't have that type of stuff on his body, and he can't live. He can't last in the NFL. He can't take the hits. He's a 10-game running back.
He's Todd Gurley 2.0. I'm saying it all last season. He's Todd Gurley 2.0. Young career ended quickly. That's all it is.
I don't think he didn't get to the heights of Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was the best running back for at least a year or two. Saquon never made it there.
Yeah, I guess.
It was all hype.
But he was the 1-on-1 every consecutive years.
You're not
Which
wrong.
Crazy.
Man, I mean, not anymore. I mean,
we're all done.
Yeah, but both Barkley and McCaffrey. Do you see in fantasy football? Do you see them going first rounds?
Barkley, barely.
Maybe right at the end.
Yeah, and same with McCaffrey.
Yeah, I can see them both second. I can see them second. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah,
it depends on where they go. But the problem is you've been burned too many times by these guys.
Yeah, I think that's what people are sick of. Like
but
easily.
Look at Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Eventually, all it takes is one game.
We won't go there.
Not this week. Not this week.
Oh man,
he's cost me so many championships.
I hate you.
Oh man, man, we still got to do that. We still got to do our little.
Man, I'm over, man. We're about to hit next season next week, bro.
we got busy.
You're late.
Stuff.
You're late.
I know. Yeah, we need to figure out our schedule for the rest of the offseason. But
right.
I mean, right now we got all this other stuff coming up.
I gotta ask you guys, where's Mitch going?
Seattle.
It's interesting.
Seattle.
I can see that.
Not Marcus Mariota.
Pittsburgh.
And what about Huntley?
Damn.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Huntley. Yes.
You're gonna keep throwing QBs at me. Huntley. I think that the Ravens are going to be smart and make sure he doesn't go out in the league somewhere, and they're going to give him some money. Because I think that I think that the Ravens are a little worried that Lamar's body is not the same. I think they give Huntley something a little bit better than what they had before, because he was really cheap and he was undrafted. So they had him for nickels and dimes. They're going to give him $1 now. So that's what's going to happen.
But he's
and
a
Huntley's
free
going to
agent.
be like, you know what? I'm a sophomore. Sure, why not?
He's a free agent. Someone could go and offer him $17 million.
Not unless Baltimore offers him. If Baltimore offers him something, all teams can't do anything. So I think Baltimore's going to do the smart thing and just offer him something. So I think he stays. Who's next?
No,
is that your last one? Thank God.
I got one.
I'm digging deep.
I could have went through a lot.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, where's
Jimmy G's? There's that article I sent last night that they're looking to trade him, and a team offered him like a second round.
Indy.
Even with this whole Kirk Cousins thing,
they're not interested in Kirk Cousins. I don't know about that.
I actually have an article right now.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, the Kirk Cousins things would be interesting because they, like you said, they need to get rid of him for the cap space. But then, what about like does Jimmy G? How much money is he going to be? I mean, he's going Super Bowl quarterback or not quarterback. He's deep into playoff quarterback.
Are you sure though? Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that's all good. I mean, he's not going to be a cheap quarterback.
No, he costs a lot of money. He still, I mean, it's the last year of his. Was it 2 more years of his $141 million contract he signed? He still makes $25 million a year.
Yeah, I see him going to Tampa. It's like it'd be a fairly easy fit. They're like, oh, he already played under Brady, so he has the same, schooling that Brady had roughly. So it was like, let's bring him in and make him a crappier version of Brady and try to win some games, and then also pay $5 million for that lucky rabbit's foot that he carries.
Hey, you swing for Deshaun Watson and then go get Jimmy G. That makes sense. That's what Tampa Bay's going to do. You swing for Deshaun and go get Jimmy G. That's just. I know Jimmy hates to hear me say that, but that's what's happening.
I was waiting for him to say. Oh, my bad.
Oh, go ahead.
So Brian, if Jimmy G does get traded, I honestly can't see Tampa Bay. So it would be Tampa give San Francisco the rights to Brady.
No,
that'd be funny. He's like trade him for a Brady jersey.
Exactly. A signed Brady ball. That's
that would be
last
Brady
touchdown.
Brady Bitcoin or something.
Yeah, right. Jeez. But I see Jimmy G going to Tampa out of all places. If he doesn't stay, which I don't think he's gonna stay, I think he's gonna go Tampa. I think that's probably my bet, my call. But I like all of Martin's calls too. I think those are good.
Everything he said sounded really good, actually.
Yeah.
Crystal ball status.
Yeah. There you go.
Hopefully, if I go 3 for 3, that'd be freaking amazing.
I mean,
I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket.
I'm gonna make a nice little overlay for you, man.
I don't know, man. I say things and they just hit. I was like, damn. I don't know how I do it. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you how. It just happened.
What do you think about Wentz going to the Commanders and that trade?
Oh,
well, Mitch wouldn't go there now because, like, is this
What did you think about that Wentz to the Chargers? What did you? I mean, the Commanders.
I thought that was
Wentz to the Commanders. It was really crazy. I'm like, why didn't you just wait for him to just get released?
I felt like Huntley is just a smidgen under Wentz, so I felt like they could still roll with Wentz or Huntley for a little. Damn it,
Heineke.
I'm all over the place. Heineke, yes,
Heineke.
A little bit longer, and wait for. That's just what I thought. I don't think Wentz is any that different. They're different style QBs, yes, but I felt like Heineke isn't that far from Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was weird, really weird.
Yeah. Here real quick. So before we get to the other comment, I feel this is an easy one. The Rock says, Twitter says Saints and Panthers have made trade offers for Deshaun Watson. Expect them to meet with him.
Yes.
I would say half of the league is going to be interested, and out of half of those guys, another, half of those are going to
everybody in the NFC
make trades.
Everyone in the NFC should be lining up like that. I got to talk to them too.
Yeah.
Just
get one of those little deli meat tickets.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Woo, 43, that's woo.
Yeah, he does the dance.
Yes. Everybody, you're right. Everyone should have a deli ticket line for Deshaun Watson to have interviews for him. Honestly, though, if he ends up with the Panthers, oh my God.
I was going to say the same thing if he ends up with the Saints.
No, I don't like that.
The Saints already were only half a game out of the playoffs.
But his weapons aren't that fancy, though. Is Michael Thomas really?
I mean, he doesn't need fancy weapons. He proved that.
No, I know, but he give him one. He'll have DJ Moore.
He doesn't need anything.
I know, but like, imagine him and DJ Moore. Like, can you imagine the things that can happen?
I don't know.
I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan, and I wish that happened. Like, I would love to see that. I love DJ Moore, and I love Watson's talent would be.
My question is Alvin Kamara playing next year? If Alvin Kamara is playing next year, that Saints team will be unbelievable.
I think they need to trade him. If not, they're going to end up in a really big ass, the whole house is going to go on fire soon. If they get rid of him now, they can at least save a little bit.
They have money. They have money problems too. I was talking about the Packers. Some Saints all have money problems every year.
Yeah,
they never look towards the future. It's like Ryan Pace is running their organization. Wait a minute, that's where he came from, isn't it? But they literally are in cap hell every year.
Yeah, they just got by because they got lucky with great players, but eventually it gets caught up, man.
That's why it
gets caught up
on Armstead. That's why I can't keep him.
Wow.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep. And then we'll end the last question for the show. Jimmy said, I read an article saying Brady is staying in football shape. So if he does unretire, where would he play?
Tampa Bay ain't giving up his rights. Why would they? It don't cost them any money. I was willing to give up his rights.
Yeah, he'll stay.
What if Tampa Bay trades for Jimmy G? And then Tom Brady decides to unretire. And then Jimmy G's back on the bench again.
Behind Brady again. Oh my God. That would be hilarious.
That'd be great. That would be great.
I feel if that happens, then Brady's got something against Jimmy G. He just don't like him.
It's like the only
Brady would do
looks better than me. I hate that guy.
If he did that like week 18, 17, that'd be great. Week 17, 18. You know what? I'll let me play the last 2 games of the season. Sit your ass down.
Right before they make playoffs or something.
Oh my gosh,
that would be funny.
Oh my gosh,
that would be funny.
That
but yeah, let's end that here. So real quick, anybody watching, make sure you go check out both of the channels. We're on the Nerd Huddle and the Dynasty Pylon. So if you're watching on one, go check out the other. Why can't I find it?
The little thingy, your schedule thingy.
There we go. No, well, this too. So make sure you follow us on YouTube. Like us and stuff like that. Dynasty Pylon, they come on Wednesdays. They do a few Thursdays still. But they're gonna help you out with your dynasty football. Right now, they're still doing all the rookie, getting ready for the draft, all that good stuff. And I know you guys talk about all the big moves as well.
Oh, we're getting running backs this week.
running backs. There you go. So you want some rookie running backs? Check them out to get you ready for your draft going into fantasy football season. And then Panda and Grizzly. I know Panda and Grizzly, they do bear stuff, but the last week was
It's
probably
football.
no Bears. It's just football right now.
We do focus on the Bears, but it's all about football, honestly. I mean, we're talking. We're going to talk about everyone that's coming in. I mean, it's the tampering period, so of course we're going to look at Ryan Poles and what he's planning on doing because it's a fire sale in Chicago. But what is he going to actually buy with his money, or is he just going to take his money and go home? I don't know. We'll see. But all these legal tampering period right now, we're going to get a lot of reports from Adam Schefter for the next 2 or 3 days that are going to blow our mind. So we'll be talking about all those things.
Yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be pretty big shows on both channels. So Panda and Grizzlies are here on the Nerd Huddle. Dynasty Pylon is on the Dynasty Pylon channel. So make sure links are in the description. Check them out. And then we got some other stuff. Every Sunday we're here doing Morning Spike. So we do everything. We answer all questions, talk all football, fantasy, dynasty, everything. And then we're gonna have a good off season too.
IDP,
We're gonna
don't forget about defense.
IDP, yeah.
That's where it matters, bro.
Yeah. We were just talking about was it Jackson? Where's he gonna land? So
I'm more excited about Bobby Wagner.
Wag.
Oh man, I can't believe it. Release.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're gonna get into all that, especially next week. Between all 3 shows, it's gonna be a lot of football talk. I don't know, you can leave it up. And then if you're into like movies and TV shows and stuff, we have Spoiler Kings, also part of the Nerd Huddle. So check us out over there. We're doing a big Batman a couple days, and we're doing Oscar movies right now. And we do our weekly weekend box office hits and our streaming stuff. Right now, Bel Air is really popping off with us. So
yes.
So do these times change now because of you guys and your weirdness?
No. The Sunday one is going to change. The Sunday is going to be 10 a.m. For the off season. But all the rest are going to be the same except for Wednesday. I think Wednesday would change for you. It would be 6 p.m. It would be 6 p.m. Central. Yeah. Yeah. So but I could change it real quick because then we got a daylight saving schedule. But yeah, it's all about the same time ish, roughly.
I think it would be 7 actually, because we stay at 6. If we go at 6 our time, then wouldn't it be 7 Central Time?
It would be 9
Central.
No, 8. It would be 8 Central Time.
8 Central.
Oh,
Shit,
shit, I don't know. Look,
Yeah,
this is why Arizona, we don't care about this.
I know.
This is why
I'm jealous.
we wake up at the same damn time.
Only the rest of the world that doesn't do this. Only us. We're the only ones who do it. I don't know.
Let the rest of you deal with that madness.
Yeah. So this is all the schedule for everyone on Nerd Huddle. All the links are in the description. Make sure you join us on Sleeper, all those other good places and stuff like that. And Discord. I'm gonna kill my mouse. All right. But cool, man. Let's get out of here. And even Jimmy said, "Great show, guys." Appreciate you, Jimmy. Always coming in.
Thanks to the Rock
coming in.
coming in.
60.
No, wow, that's not happening, bro. That's not happening.
Happening, guys.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Now I need to make one of these for Brian.
Yes. Hefe, Lance, The Rock, Jimmy, thanks for all stopping by.
Yeah, appreciate it. And cool, man. We'll see you guys next week on the Morning Spike. And then make sure you check us out Panda Grizzly and Dynasty Pylon. See you guys later.